Huddled around the fire here this morning early because it's been cold at night. It reminded me of this saying: as a rule, man's a fool. When it's hot, he wants it cool, and when it's cool, he wants it hot, always wanting what is not. Those words were written by Don Jacques in The Secret of Contentment. So I want to ask, is the idea of finding contentment just a pop psychological answer to your human desire? Are we just pandering to the notion of building esteemed, happy people without biblical instruction when we talk about contentment? In truth, the Bible has much to say about finding and living out contentment. And it's a deep contentment too, not like most of the quotes where we find about being happy people based upon circumstances. They're usually centered around why we should be content circumstantially, or shouldn't be if circumstances are against us. Fred Estabrook once said, "A man who is contented with what he has done will never become famous for what he will do." That in itself is our undoing when it comes to contentment. The idea that everyone must be someone. And to be someone, you have to be known or famous or accomplished. If it's not around being content, there are other quotes about this happiness circumstantially. Burton Hills said, "Happiness is not a destination, it's a method of life." We're not talking about being happy today. Contentment and happiness are entirely different creatures. Webster states that contentment is the ability to rest satisfied, to be positive and well pleased. It's freedom from care. Someone once said to achieve contentment is to find the good life, and the good life only exists when one stops wanting a better one. Proverbs 19:23 says, "The fear of the Lord leads to life. Then one rests content, untouched by trouble." Paul wrote to Timothy, "Godliness with contentment is great gain." Have you ever met anyone who was living a godly life? They were focused on holiness. They thought their life was pure. Their actions were righteous. And they seemed 100% through and through entirely miserable. I think the Apostle Paul gives us the best picture of contentment in Philippians 4, verses 11 and 12. Paul says, "Not that I am speaking of being in need, for I have learned in whatever situation I am in to be content. I know how to be low, I know how to abound. In any and every circumstance, I've learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. I can do all things through Him who strengthens me." It's not about man being a fool and when it's hot wanting it cool and when it's cool wanting it hot. It's about realizing in Christ we truly have all we could ever truly need, and in that lies contentment. Finding our fullness in Him. And when you find contentment, you find truly what you do want the most. That's my time. Until next time.